Well, hello there, YouTube. Holy moly. You have no idea how strange it is that it's this nice out here right now. Because a couple hours ago, the old saying, you thought the roof was going to come in? That's what it felt like out here. Or, I mean, it was pounding. It's just one of those nasty red and yellow things on the radar. Crazy. And then all of a sudden, sunshine. You can still hear all the gutters clickety clackety clickety clackety. Isn't it funny how you can appreciate some sunshine? Dang, you're close in this thing.
I know, that's where I was.
Mama, it was sunshine all the way to work.
It was very nice.
And that's not supposed to stick around, is it?
No, here it is until about 8, so we'll be good. But then when we go home, we're going to go into the rain.
Oh. So it is supposed to be nice here, huh?
Yeah, till at least 8. Well, according to the forecast, anyway.
That's nice.
Whoa. Come on, dude.
Yep. Traffic light avoider, even though he can freely just go right up there and
take
turn.
A ride.
Yeah.
Don't understand it.
I don't know. People aren't very smart. Well, Mama, have yourself a wonderful... Oh, it's hump day.
It is.
Yeah. Have a wonderful Wednesday.
You have a wonderful day as well, hubby.
I'll try to do my best.
All right.
All right, love. See you. Bye.
I love ya.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
So they come in, has no turn signals, and it's got a check engine light on. Well, the turn signals were because the flashers work, so we know all the lights are functioning. And with using buds, I can see that the left and right turn signal switch, it sees me doing everything, so I can verify the circuit is being seen. So the flasher for these things, and this is what's weird, is the hazard lights flash, but the turn signals will not flash. They won't even come on. Well, all of that is being controlled. The cluster in these old things are also a computer. And it's controlled by that. So I had the whole fairing thing off of here. So step one is take the dash out. So I pull the dash back out, look at the big coupler in the back. Everything's clean. Nothing wrong with the pins, no corrosion. So I plug it in and unplug it a couple of times. Now we have perfectly functioning turn signals. You'll see, and before I could turn the flashers on, you can see them flashing. They're working perfectly fine. The hazards. Now the turn signals work. So unseen poor connection between the coupler that goes into it. I don't know how many pins there are, like 30 some odd pins going into that thing. And we've had issues with that in the past. But that's all it was. It must when I plugged it back in, got a bad connection. But his check engine light is another thing altogether. It's showing the O2 sensor is at fault. And it's thrown the code twice. And I need to open up the doors here and get some airflow going and run it. We'll get her heated up and let it go into closed loop mode here and see what kind of story she's going to tell me. Oh, the other thing. So we took this Softail in on trade, and the Rick upstairs did the UVI on it, the used vehicle inspection, and notices that the ABS light never turns off. There's only one problem with that. Oh. And why is it always showing mileage? But anyway, I'm assuming that's the Harley. It's got the badge and shield and their name in it. The aftermarket dash, but sure as the world, the ABS light stays on steady, which means there's a fault, It should be flashing, you start rolling. But none of that matters anyway. This bike does not have ABS. So I want to see what I think this thing's. I don't think this uses the Deutsch connector thing like the more modern ones. So I may not be able to hook up this thing at all anyway. But I keep one of those Vance and Hine Fuel Pack 3s. It's married to another VIN. It's one of my old ones. But I can hook up and see codes. But I need to find out if I can even hook up to this one. So I'm going to leave the white balance unlocked. So you may see some wild color changes in here. Like when I look outside, everything turns yellow in here. But anyway, I'm going to show you something here. Here's the O2 sensor. It's in like initialization mode. You can see it's not active. So we're going to fire this thing up and let it run a little bit and see if we can get the O2 sensor to trigger off. I still got to open those doors down there though. All right, let's see what we can make her do here. Ventilation, baby. Run that fan there. Them big doors there, it just does a big circle in here. I keep the squirrel cage fans going, which will probably blow right into the microphone when I go past it. So we know the O2 sensor's working. It's active, and the light turns green when it goes active. And there, for a moment there, I couldn't get the camera on fast enough. It says waiting after arrived, which I'm assuming just a wake up. So I don't know what's going on. That it kicked off the O2 code, but it did. I should be able to blip the throttle a few times and knock it out of closed loop here. Oh man, it went by quick. I can't be in two places at the same time here, but let's see. Now, see if I can reach two places here. Hold on. I don't know if you can see it switching back and forth. The O2 sensor is absolutely working. Some outside source is putting it outside its parameters, and it sees that as a fault. So old fuel or something of that nature. Bike runs great. You remember I took it for a ride. It runs like a top. That doesn't mean the fuel is nice and fresh in it. So I was pondering this here Spyder. I thought, man, that thing runs so rich. You'd think it's almost like a purge valve, failing the way it smells so rich. So I checked the fuel. It smells old. It looks okay, but has an old smell. But I mean, he could have had old fuel in there, or as old as the bike is, old fuel riding on the top of the tank can give that smell, but it looks clean. So I looked to see what's his profile like. He's 40% between 2,000 and 4,000 RPMs. Where you want to see a high percentage is over here in the 4,000 to 6,000 range, and beyond. But this, they like to see that around 60%. He's at 24.04%. Almost 31% under 2,000, under 1999 RPMs. That needs to be real low. That needs to be real. This needs to be at least 60%, and that's 4,000 to 6,000. So that can literally cause the O2 sensor to freak out on its own. And being an SE5 model, that centrifugal clutch does not fully engage the clutch until up to 3,800 RPMs. You have to ride these things over 4,000 RPMs. The other thing is, here's your purge valve. I have it pulled out. This is electronic purge valve. This thing never opens to purge the EVAP canister. There's the EVAP canister right there. It never opens that thing to purge it. Two things have to happen. It has to be over 4,000 RPMs, and you have to be in a driving mode that you're not going to notice it, because what this hose goes, let's get a light going here, goes directly to that nozzle. If you can see it right below that green sticker, it's not going to focus on it. But that's the rear throttle, with one throttle body, but it's got two throats. But that's going to the rear. So it's going to dump all that into the rear cylinder. And so what happens, this thing gets oversaturated either from overfueling or never getting purged. And there's like a little bag that has charcoal in it. Well, you keep saturating that, it turns to dust. The dust comes up, and inside that purge valve, think of a fuel injector. It literally works like a fuel injector. It goes tick, 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 tick. It doesn't like click open and stay open. It kind of goes tick, 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 tick. It kind of clicks from pulses. But this will only pulse that thing open when it deems it, you know, a safe time to do it, which it'll never do it under 4,000 RPMs. And when I say riding conditions, as long as you're, you know, you're not full throttle trying to pass somebody, it'll be in a mode where, you know, you're riding along over 4,000 RPMs, and it'll just purge that away. When it's sitting here idling or it's under 4,000 RPMs, it's never purging that tank. That has to be purged. Has to be. Or you get all kinds of weird things. That's probably why it's smelling rich. Well, what happens is that charcoal breaks up, turns to dust, and sticks in that. Think of it as a throttle, a fuel injector that opens up and lets the fuel go through. Well, that lets the air go through and into the throttle body. Well, the carbon charcoal gets caught in that and holds it open. So now it's open all the time, and that overdoes it. And you get these really weird, lean and rich codes. He had none of that. At no point did he have any of that. But anyway, the quick and easy way to check this purge valve, and be very careful taking that hose off, because you can pull that brass fitting right out of the throttle body, and now you just created yourself a nightmare. One of the easiest way to do it is to grab that hose and push in and kind of slightly turn, and that kind of breaks the seal between the hose and that brass fitting, and then pop it off. And what you do is you suck on this. Make sure it's clean. I mean, this thing looks like maybe rats have ran on it. I don't know what's been going on. Yeah, clean that before you stick your mouth on it. And if you can suck air through, it's stuck open. You need to replace the purge valve. This one is locked solid, and you shouldn't be able to blow back in either. When that thing seals off, it's like an ejector on a car. Fuel can't go in, fuel can't come back out. So anyway, purge valve is working great, but his RPM profile is telling me that tank is probably full, and the thing's just backing up on itself. Don't know about the fuel. Can't say for sure. Does smell old, but looks good. So this is old enough that my MP3 or FP3 fuel pack 3 will not work. This is the older, smaller 4-pin Deutsch connector instead of the 6-pin. So I'll have to grab one of my Screaming Eagles ones and use the laptop and use the Screaming Eagle software. No easy peasy hooking up to it with a Bluetooth in your phone. There's something underneath here I was going to tell you guys about. I don't remember what it was. I was saying something about it, about the Softail frames. I was talking about that with something here a while back. Just don't recall what it was. Just came to me. I remember what it was when I was talking about when you disconnect the battery. Because you remember I told you there was a guy at work that got one of these in a funky position. It wasn't this one, but one just like it. This, boom, pulls out. That main fuse is on the back side of that. Squeeze it and pull it, comes out of that box. And it's sitting right there. That's where that main fuse is. This one doesn't have an alarm, but you turn the key on, make sure it sees the alarm, yada yada. It's a simple thing. If you know about Harleys, you know about this, but a lot of new people to Harleys. Where's that tender lead going? Did y'all see something wrong with that? Under no circumstances does anything go between the main high gauge cable and the battery post. Somebody's got that tender lead underneath it. Oh, they did it twice. It's underneath the positive side too. Yep, some people should not be touching their stuff. I bet you they didn't pull that seat off and seen that was off. Battery's nice and strong, fires her up real good. No sense in taking her apart and looking at her. That'll teach you. Always look. At the old gas pump. Little woman and I made it down here safe and sound. No crazies. Dimension. Ooh, look at the moon up there. Ooh, that's nice. You guys see the little sliver of it right there? She says I'm done. Holy moly. That must have been low. That's a lot of gas for this whole thing. Well, hello there, YouTube. Another Royal Enfield hat. Now, I don't know what in the world happened with this thing. The post date when it was shipped was October 2nd. Holy moly. And then I'm assuming because it's kind of the same logo and stuff, Royal Enfield. Joe, if you sent both, thank you very much. It sounds like you want to be a little anonymous, so I hope using your name. Nobody's gonna know who you are. I'm not saying where you're from or nothing. But I never heard about the first one. That might, I don't know when your letter came through. I remember your name. I remember where you're from. And I remember it was a Royal Enfield hat. But I don't know if the second one is from you as well. So one of the hats are from this, or from two different people.
Or from the same.
Yeah, or from the same. Well, regardless, whoever sent the Royal Enfield hats, if you're not Joe, thank you very much.
Yes.
I didn't even get any of that out right. As soon as in my head I was confused, so I know it didn't come out right.
You've always been confused.
Yeah, a little bit confused.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, nice. Another Royal Enfield hat.
Very pretty, I
Yeah.
like it.
It's black. Heck yeah. Now I got two Royal Enfield hats to wear. That package looked like it'd been, I don't know how it's in the shape. It had a little plastic thing to keep the shape. It was like wedged in my P.O. box.
It does good though. It doesn't look bad.
Somebody probably found it somewhere and go, oops, we should probably.
You should probably not squish it.
Yeah. Anyways. So, hope you guys enjoyed the vlog for the day. And on that, we're going to bail out.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And you guys have an amazing Thursday or Friday.
Heck yeah. All right.
See you in the morning.
We'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye now.